All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 80 of the Dear Herbalist podcast titled The Power of Plant Stem Cells in Human Regeneration. If you are new to this channel and this podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are returning listeners, thank you so much for returning and listening to all of my shenanigans here on this podcast. Now, if you listen to me today, I know I sound different from how I sounded in my last podcast. The reason being, I was able to get me a little sleep, which was very, very important. After burning the candle on two ends, today I decided not to do that, get myself some sleep, and prepare myself for tonight's conversation on plant stem cells and how they can help regeneration in our bodies. So we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of plant stem cells, their unique abilities, and their potential to support human body regeneration. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, first, I'm going to define what plant stem cells are. Plant stem cells are undifferentiated cells found in the meristematic tissues of plants. Now, these cells have two key characteristics. Number one, the ability to create all differentiated cell types. Okay, so they can create all different types of plant cells. Two, they have the capacity for self-renewal and continuously generating new cells. Now, unlike animal cells, plant stem cells are totipotent, meaning that they can develop into any organ, tissue, or cell in the plant's body. This means that they don't age, they don't undergo sustenance, which allows them to continually give rise to new specialized and unspecialized cells throughout the plant's lifetime. This is important because their regenerative capacity is what makes them so valuable in research as well as potential therapeutic uses. This is why we want to take a look at them as herbalists. So that's kind of how plant stem cells work. Let's look really quickly at human stem cells and their role as well. Human stem cells are specialized cells that have two key capabilities. Number one, self-renewal. So they have the ability to divide and create more stem cells. And then, of course, differentiation, which means that they have the ability to develop into types of specialized cells, which are very important. Now, there are two main categories of human stem cells. One is embryonic stem cells. These are derived from early stage embryos, and they have the greatest potential to become almost any cell type. Then there are adult stem cells. Now, these are found in tissues throughout your body, like bone marrow and skin. These stem cells typically have a more limited capacity for differentiation, but still, they can do it. Human stem cells play a crucial role in tissue maintenance and repair, blood cell production, organ and tissue development, skin and brain cell regeneration. I know that in Europe, stem cell therapies and things like that are really, really popular. I don't understand why it's not so popular here in the United States, especially when we have a lot of degenerative diseases, these diseases that kind of break down the cells, break down the body, break down the tissues, these type of things. When the Most High has given us stem cells, the ability to help ourselves heal. And also plant stem cells, which give our body the opportunity to be in the right conditions to do the same thing. So it blows my mind every time I do this type of research on these things. It's like, why is this stuff not available? If we are really truly concerned about the well-being and the health of others, why are we making this stuff so either expensive to where only the rich can afford it, or we're not making it available at all unless you get on a plane and fly somewhere else? It blows my mind. It just does. And this is why I always say the Most High is not going to give his blueprint to anyone. No one on the human body, because we can't act right, y'all. We just can't act right. Just blows my mind. But let's look at the medical applications of stem cells. Okay. Now, stem cells have an incredible potential for medical applications. So, for example, you can use stem cells in regenerative medicine. And this is where they're using stem cells to replace damaged tissues in conditions like heart disease or spinal cord injuries. So they use stem cells there. They also use stem cells for blood disorders. Stem cells are already used in transplants to treat certain blood cancers and disorders. And then the other thing, they're also using stem cells in drug testing and disease modeling, which means that the stem cells are helping researchers to better understand diseases and test treatments. That's how they're using them in the medical community. And one of the key things that I focused on in that particular area or application is regenerative medicine. Again, bone disorders, all these other kind of things. If we have this opportunity to use stem cells, use your own stem cells, you know what I'm saying? And activate them to do these things. I mean, it could be a very powerful thing. But we're talking about plant stem cells. But I wanted to give you a little bit of understanding about human stem cells and the power of those as well, since we're talking about stem cells, period. I always had to throw that in there, you know. So let's look at plant stem cells and their role in human regeneration, right? How, you ask yourself, how can plant stem cells contribute to human body regeneration, right? Like, how can something that a plant uses to help regenerate its own cells and, you know, continue to add on more cells, how can it use that to help us out? Now, while plant stem cells are different from human stem cells, they do hold promising potential for tissue regeneration in humans. Again, another one of the Most High's beautiful designs. So let's talk about what that looks like. Number one, cellular renewal. So plant stem cells can promote the regeneration of damaged tissues by stimulating the production of new healthy cells. And this is especially important for, you know, skin regeneration. Now, of course, you may have other issues going on, bone degeneration and all this other stuff. It can help with that too. But cellular renewal is very important. Another thing that plant stem cells can help with, as far as in us humans, is tissue regeneration. So it can help our human cells grow and repair, which will potentially help us recover, you know, organs like hearts and nerves, you know, when there's issues there. Another thing it can help with is collagen production. So plant stem cells can help stimulate collagen, which is essential for maintaining the elasticity in your skin. But it also can accelerate the healing process if there's any type of scars or injuries. Another way that plant stem cells can help us humans is reduction of cellular damage. So because they're rich in antioxidant properties, they help reduce oxidative stress, which support healthier tissue regeneration. And then another way they can help us, finally, right, is wound healing. So plant stem cells also enhance wound healing and minimize scarring by increasing cell turnover in that particular area. So if you get a scratch, bump, bruise, or whatever, you can use plant stem cells to kind of help you get through that and to help the skin, you know, regenerate and speed up the wound healing in that area. So what specific conditions, you ask, can plant stem cells address? Number one, skin aging. We talked about that by promoting skin regeneration and protecting against UV damage. Another one, and a huge one, is inflammation. Now, plant stem cells have anti-inflammatory properties that may help reduce symptoms and conditions like arthritis. And inflammation is a lot of these disorders. The foundation of it is inflammation. And then, of course, oxidative stress. So because plant cells, like I said, the plant stem cells have high antioxidant properties, they can help protect your cells and reduce the risk of dis-ease or imbalances in the body. Another condition is hormonal imbalances. So plant stem cells may help normalize your hormonal balance. And then, of course, we talked about wound healing, but we didn't talk about sleep disorders. Now, plant stem cells have regenerative and calming properties, and this can assist in faster healing as well as better sleep. So if stem cells are so important, Jastaria, then how in the world do we access them? Where the heck do we get these from? Well, there is a therapy. It's called Gemmotherapy, right? And this is a common method that a lot of herbalists use in order to be able to get the plant stem cells. So Gemmotherapy uses embryonic plant tissues like buds and young shoots in order to address physical issues that people may have. So let me give you a little bit about how Gemmotherapy works. In harvesting, the plant materials are collected in the spring when the stem cell activity is at its peak. They extract it by a blend of water, alcohol, and glycerin, and this extracts the stem cells from the tissues. Now, gemmotherapy extracts are highly concentrated in plant stem cells, and they offer more potent regenerative properties than traditional herbal preparations. So if you have somebody that has severe arthritis, severe inflammation, degenerative bone disorders, and things like that, you might want to consider using gemmotherapy, and it's GEMMOTHERAPY. Look it up, do some research on it. You will see that it is very beneficial to your health as well as to your client's health. Now, again, it's widely used in Europe, but for some reason you can't go to the grocery store, or you can't go to the natural food stores or anywhere else and pick them up off the shelf. You know, again, I'm not going to jump on that box tonight, but it is widely known. So do a little research on it. There's several books written about it. I have a couple of them here that I read to better understand about it. And it is amazing, amazing therapy. I use it here for myself, for my children. It doesn't taste nasty at all. You just put, about 40 to 50 drops in some water, and depending on what issue you're dealing with. And there's tons of gemmos. That's what we call them. There's tons of gemmos, and they act on different parts of the body. Or if you have different issues, then you can look at using the stem cells to help you there as well. So herbalists can either harvest, the buds and the young shoots, harvest it themselves and kind of, make it and extract it and do all these other things. Or you can purchase pre-made gemmotherapy extracts, which, are also great as well. So in conclusion, plant stem cells offer immense potential for human body regeneration. Their ability to promote cellular renewal, tissue repair, and protection from damage makes them a valuable tool in skincare as well as medical therapies. Herbalists can harness these benefits through gemmotherapy, making plant stem cells more accessible for therapeutic uses. So, I encourage all of you to go out to research and even to use gemmotherapy, especially if you're having these type of disorders or diseases. Try it. Use it for 3 months and see how it works for you. I guarantee you it is definitely going to work for you, and you'll definitely see some great benefits from it. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I certainly appreciate that. If you like what you heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more informative videos. And until next time, family, I'm out.